Blood and destruction shall be so in use, and dreadful objects so familiar that mothers shall but smile when they behold their infants quartered by the hands of war. Killstreaks are devastating when used effectively, and are a waste of time and money when used in a panic. A tool to punish, a tool to control, and a tool to withdraw. Hello everybody, I am Shadow's Reign, and today we are going to be covering killstreaks. When to use them, and what one to prioritize in which phase of the game, how to use them, why you should use them more often, and who should be using what. The purpose of this series is to help you make better decisions in Warzone, as the choices you make are often just as important, if not more important, than your gunplay. So killstreaks aren't used enough in Warzone. There, I said it. You don't use them enough, your enemy doesn't use them enough, and you're still only using UAVs when you know fine well the teams around you are using Ghost. Don't be wasteful, man. Be smart. Every killstreak has a purpose. Every killstreak is loudly announced, and every killstreak gives your team a huge power spike. We'll start with everyone's favourite, ye old faithful UAV. If you're not me, resing your teammates only to ping all the teams around you while they're in the air before dying, and repeating, you are using a UAV. The effectiveness of the UAV varies depending on when you are using it. Early game and before round 1 loadout drops, these are so powerful. Few people run one loadout drop strategies using Ghost, and those who do will often have teammates who don't. There is more to a UAV than popping it when you fancy it. A lot more. For example, if your team already has 2 of them, it's worth getting a third and popping the Blackbird to see where everyone across the map is. That's an advanced UAV to those too young for that. So let's get into when to use a UAV. If you have a UAV before round 1 loadout drop, use it. See where everyone in your general facility is. This will allow you to execute your plan in killing all the scum from Verdansk. It's also a great way to see where all the campers are early. This is a very powerful early game tool to be used whenever possible. It changes, however, when you enter round 2. It's far less impactful, and does not have anywhere near its shop price value. Past this point, it's actually misleading too. It can attract you to teams which, on your journey, will lead you unknowingly into a camper's trap. It can make you think that you're facing a team fewer in number than they actually are, and can indirectly give your position away by telling an enemy that you are near. And for me, it uses a slot that can be used for a much more effective kill streak at that different stage in the game. UAV after round 1 is not useless though, but only one person on the team should be holding one. Pop it when you see unsuppressed gunfire on the map, as this is an indication that they do not have a loadout, thus do not have Ghost. Pop it when you hear that there is an enemy deploying in your area too. So that basically means a buypack, flare, or an enemy above prompt. An enemy who has just came back will likely head straight for the protection of his team, which in turn can reveal on the map where his team is with just his ping on the map. Also, use UAVs just after a fight too, so maybe catch out the third parties, and whenever you have to cross open ground, so you have a chance of finding somebody on your path, so you know to avoid the trip, attack the camper, or decide your route to drive past for a far more dominant position. Also, very good in late circles too, as many fools have been rezzed, and can reveal the location of their ghosted friends. Not useless after round 1, but not really to be trusted with your life at the same time. Now we move on to the killstreak snipers and players with range should be using. The precision airstrike, a super powerful, super accurate volley of death. These are useful in any situation where you have an enemy trapped or when you have downed somebody on a rooftop. These things often punch through windows and doors too, so worth using if they're camped in a narrow window and think they are safe. These are at their most useful in the mid game. When you're usually fighting people at mid to long range, as mentioned, these should be the go-to killstreak for anybody using a sniper or expecting to get knocks at range. If you hit somebody on a rooftop, get it down straight away, ideally putting it about 5 meters behind the dude you've knocked, as usually it's about 7 meters in front of and 7 meters behind where you place it. So if you're going to go for a rooftop, aim it for the center instead of the wall if possible, it makes it much more effective. And yes, I did pull the 7 meters out my arse, I'm just going on feelings here. Moving on, these can come down before enough time has passed for the res, and you will often knock the person resing in the first volley and kill him with the second. Simply a brilliant kill streak to push any advantage, which is the best time to use it. It's also handy for forcing enemies off a roof too when the gas is closing in and you need to create an opportunity. Like the cluster strike, this can be used to buy time too. So if a team is pressing you, you can pop an airstrike down, hit a res, run away, and or reposition. It's a great way to make people turn their back on you. The idea behind this is to use it in the open. Popping an airstrike down will stop them looking at you, which gives you about 5 to 7 seconds where you can shoot them without them shooting back. So in summary, precision airstrike should be used to punish a knock anywhere from and including rooftops, and to create an advantage in the open to punish enemies turning their back on you. Personally, my go-to kill streak, and it's cheap. Next up is the cluster strike. Now, people don't like this because it's inaccurate, slow, and survivable if you take a direct hit. Well, what if I told you it's not designed for kills as such? What if I told you it's best thing to save for late game? What if I told you it's a perfect engage and disengage tool? Yeah, this kill streak lasts quite a while and is excellent for sustaining pressure and buying time. That's its use, not for kills as such, but for utility. It will keep a rooftop team indoors for about 20 seconds, which is an eternity in Warzone, allowing you to literally disappear and rotate to your next location. Then in the open, it's a complete area denial tool. Much like I mentioned before, it'll make people panic and present their back to you more than a woman in a window in Amsterdam. Like, seriously, it's so easy to pick up kills or set you up to get you in a position for easy kills when used in the open. It's also great for rezzing. Teammate knocked, send a friend to res, pop the cluster strike on them, and anyone pushing the knock will get immediately knocked. This provides amazing cover. With this one, you want to aim it about 10 meters behind where you want the first volley to hit. This is the most consistent way to get that first rocket to hit your target directly. From there, it is a cluster. Trust me, you're going to like that. Handy if you're the one on the rooftop and you knock somebody behind a rock, if you choose to use it that way anyway. The best time to use a cluster strike is in the open final circle. Yeah, no. The shit ones where there's like one rock, a tree, and an edge of a building as cover. Now, I've got a little trick for this. Ping on the map, like when you bring up the minimap, bring up the map and ping the center of the circle, the ring that you're in. That ping will put a ping on the field. Now pop your cluster strike on that ping and watch the devastation unfold. It causes panic and disarray, and it is hilarious. If you time this 6 seconds before the circle moves, or is if you pin this before the circle's due to move or close, the first volley will land just as the circle starts to close. It's dirty, really dirty, and cancels out them knob jockeys bombing around in a truck as well. So get into the habit of picking one up when you know you're passing your final shot of the match. You will love me for this. So, because I'm shedding so much insight on you, you should hit subscribe, like, and share with the wallies that are your teammates. Finally is the advanced UAV. Quite a quick segment compared to the rest. The Blackbird will give you an idea where everybody is. Like the UAV, it's effective early game and will reveal the entire unghosted map. If you happen to have 2 UAVs at any stage in the game, it's worth buying a third to make it. If buying 2 UAVs though, it's not worth it. That money's best spent on other things like teammates and, well, unfortunately munitions boxes and stuff like that. But use when available. Going into a fight or coming out of a fight, just like the normal UAV, it is a game changer though if you're fighting and have one up at the same time. However, you do lose the elevation detection on the radar when you do use an AUAV. This basically means you can't tell if the enemy is above you or below you. But yeah, think of that what you will. Well guys, that is me for the video. If you enjoyed it, do the regular stuff. Hit subscribe, hit like, hit share, become part of the A1A community. Let me know other ways you guys use kill streaks in the comment sections down below. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.